Right now in the Fox 61 Morning News, a brush fire risk for Connecticut to tell you about. Not something we hear every day, but the threat, it does exist. What you can do to keep yourself and your neighbors safe.
Stone Academy putting several campuses up for sale. Well, this as the Attorney General's office seeking accountability from the school's owners. Angela Bavaro standing by with the latest.
And tragedy in Hartford. A man is dead after he was shot. What we know about the police investigation and what one community leader is saying about all of this.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good morning, sunshine. 6 o'clock on a Wednesday morning. Thank you for joining us here on Fox 61. I'm Symphony Privet.
And I'm Keith McGilvery. Not all the time do we join folks at this hour. And as you turn around, look, it's normally dark when we come in, but it is beautiful. Pink and purple throughout the sky. What is in store for the day ahead? Meteorologist Matt Scott with those details. Hi, my friend.
Welcome back. We got the cotton candy out for you to,
looks great.
To match your suit and tie today. I think.
Thank you, my friend.
You are color coordinated with the heat, and then Symphony's got the yellow for the sun. So we've planned this very well. Here's what you need to know: warms, and I've got gray, so clearly I missed the memo. Warm start, warm finish. Still have that red flag warning to talk about. Records and rain in the 7-day. This fire risk is not going away anytime soon. We're going to keep it in there for at least the rest of the week as the winds stay a little on the breezy side. They will subside a bit tomorrow, but now we've got the flow a little bit out of the northwest. By the end of the day, it will turn southwesterly again. We've got clouds out there now. We will see the sun in abundance later on today. Look at these current temperatures. 66 in Hartford is running close to 10 degrees above your normal daytime high for mid-April. So just out of whack. Our lucky 61 in Groton, 53, a little better in New Haven. Look at the winds. Again, out of the northwest, some of them breezy. A couple of wind gusts in there now, up to 23 to 25 miles an hour. And as you can see, that will stay throughout much of the day. So that's why we keep the concerns for fire danger in there. 62 now. How about the low to mid 70s? Some of you getting even higher, and all of us getting higher over the next couple of days. We'll talk about that coming up. All right, let's talk about this fire risk, because again, extremely high. Dry conditions, breezes. The Department of Energy and Environmental Protection asking you to hold off on grilling and backyard fires until the conditions improve. And of course, this after yet another brush fire, this one in Burlington, caused by a neighbor who was burning despite the warnings. We get more from Hartford, where Fox 61's Lindsay Kane is standing by with the details. Good morning, Lindsay.
Hi, good morning, Matt. Well, whether you've seen all of the warnings on social media, you're getting calls from your local fire department, or you've seen signs like this one right here in Hartford, the message is spreading across the state that the fire risk this week is extremely high. Now, the state is still in a red flag warning. Likely, we won't see that lifted anytime soon. And unfortunately, just in the past 48 hours, there's been a handful of brush fires. Now, take a look at this scene. This was yesterday afternoon in Burlington. Fire crews were called to Angela Road and Wood Creek Road for a brush fire burning and quickly spreading, threatening nearby homes. Now, the fire burned an acre of land, and luckily the fire was put out without damage to any property. But the fire itself could have been avoided. Fire crews say a neighbor was burning off dead brush in his backyard.
Ground's dry, there's low humidity and wind, so all those together is kind of a recipe for what exactly happened here. The cause of this fire was a neighbor burning recklessly under these conditions. And so even though we put out on social media and pushed the message that no burning today and what the conditions are, we still have these incidents occur.
Chief Michael Boudere of the Burlington Fire Department says consequences for burning during this red flag warning could be anywhere from a verbal warning, a ticket, or possible reckless burning charges if someone gets hurt or if property is damaged. Now, again, officials are reminding people not to open burn at all this week. That does include grilling and campfires as well. Now, coming up in the next hour, we hear from some residents as to the precautions that they're taking this week, and we'll also provide some more safety tips in order to prevent something like this from happening in your neighborhood as well. Live in Hartford, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Lindsay, our thanks to you. A bit of a shameless plug. The Fox 61 Spring Bucket List, less than a month away. There is little Rachel Piscatelli cannot do, but before that adventure, you're tracking adventures on the road.
Yes, and for Lauren Zenzi this morning, it is 6:05, and we're really not following any major delays out on the roadways, but we do have an incident to report over in New Canaan this morning on the Merritt Parkway. At the southbound side, it's a one vehicle crash out by exit 37 and 36, causing some delays with one lane blocked. Over in Brantford, 95 both directions running smoothly this morning. Earlier road work has wrapped up for the morning, and we'll take a live look outside over in New London where things are running smoothly. The capital city out by exits 32A and 32B, both the north and the southbound side of 91. We're featuring rather light volume. We'll have another update for you coming up in the next half hour, guys.
Thank you, Rachel. Just about 6:06. Some new information in this ongoing saga involving Stone Academy. Simply right now, all three campus locations up for sale after that school closed suddenly back in February.
Yeah, so the news comes as the state's attorney general's office is seeking a court order forcing the school's owners to comply with investigative demands.
Want to get you to Fox 61's Angela Bavaro joining us from East Hartford at the site of one of those former campuses with the details here. Angela, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. So Attorney General William Tong says the owners of Stone Academy failed to respond or even acknowledge a demand for information by a March 29th deadline. This is all part of the state's ongoing investigation into possible violations of the law by Stone Academy. Now, Fox 61 following this story since the very start, and the for-profit nursing school abruptly closing all three campuses after serious concerns about exam rates, faculty qualifications, and clinical training. This morning, we know the Waterbury campus is listed for sale at $975,000. The East Hartford campus is up for $2.1 million, and the West Haven campus is listed at $2.6 million. Now, as part of that unanswered civil investigative demand, the Attorney General is looking for information about the owner's financial and legal interests, duties, and responsibilities at Stone Academy, as well as other for-profit education organizations in Connecticut. The AG is also looking for answers about the owner's awareness or involvement in efforts to allow non-clinical assignments to count towards clinical instruction hours.
This is a really bad situation. The most important thing are the students. But whatever they're up to at Stone and whatever their owners are up to, we're going to get to the bottom of it. And if there's any wrongdoing, not just in the past, but going forward with respect to their assets, we're going to hold them accountable.
Now, since that closing, the Office of Higher Education has been working to help all of these students with obtaining transcripts, tuition refunds, and loan discharges. An independent audit is also still underway of student records to basically determine how much of their education is actually legit, given all of these compliance issues. And that audit, those records, they are needed for all of these students looking to potentially go to another school and pick up their education after it fell apart here at Stone Academy. Some of these students just weeks away from graduating, and in total, 845 students' education now up in the air. We are live in East Hartford this morning. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All righty, thank you, Angelo. We'll check back in with you later this morning. All right, 6:08 now, and new this morning, 157 people will lose their jobs over in Windsor Locks. Serta Simmons Bedding Manufacturing Company is set to close its plant on D. Neil Hagen Drive by the beginning of August. Employees who were laid off will be unemployed by the end of June. Now, that's according to a notice filed to the Connecticut Department of Labor. None of the impacted employees will be offered job opportunities within the company.
To Hartford this morning, where authorities are searching for whoever is responsible for a shooting that killed a man around noon. Police were called to Capon Street on reports of a person shot. Police saying 29-year-old Michael Starks shot and died in a nearby hospital. Fox 61 speaking with Reverend Henry Brown, who says this type of violence has become too common in the city.
We see this all the time. It's not surprising. Warm weather, kids out of school, beautiful. Then all of a sudden, gunshots. Typical.
Reverend Brown has been on a mission to tackle this issue for quite some time, and now you're seeing from 2019 to 2022 the average homicides here from April to the end of September. There were an average of 16 during that span compared to the time frame of October to March, which saw an average of 13.
A man accused of assaulting his father, who eventually died, is set to appear in court this morning. Police say the incident happened at a Waterbury home on Platt Street Monday afternoon. Police say Luis Martinez assaulted his father, Wilfredo Martinez. Wilfredo was taken to the hospital where he later died. Police say Luis left the home but was found a short time later and was arrested. The victim's granddaughter describes what she saw. Listen to this.
He went down the street. He did a U-turn. He put the car right here in the middle, and then from there, he had a stick, and from the stick, he beat him to death.
Luis Martinez facing several charges this morning, including assault.